So guys, welcome back. This is vlog number 24. It looks like everybody's doing their report on how they did last year. I didn't really keep track of it, but I lost somewhere between $14,000 to $15,000. Not so good, but I'm gonna keep track of it this year. And this year I've been playing a lot better, even though it's only been a couple weeks. Um, I have four hands to show for you guys, so let's get into it. All right. Welcome to bad beat portion before we get into the good portion. I work for an entire week, I save up money, and I'm in for my last buy-in at the 2-5 table in Tampa with $470. I have King Queen offsuit under the gun. I limp. Under the gun plus one limps. Middle position makes it 30, we both call. Flop is Ace Jack 10 with two hearts. I flop the nuts. I check. Under the gun plus one bets $75. Middle position raises to 300. I go all in for 440. Middle position calls out a turn. But under the gun hasn't acted yet. He almost folds. But then he ships it instead. Me and the middle position player say let's go twice, and I show him the nuts. He sees my hand and says let's go once. I'm like, what? I have the nuts. Why do you want to go twice? Why don't you want to go twice? So he goes once, and the turn is a blank, river is a three of hearts, middle position makes a flush, and I have to drive all the way back home because this idiot doesn't want to run it twice. Alright, so I work for another week, save up another $1,000, and I get Jack 5 suited in the big blind for my last buy-in at the 2-5 table all over again. I have 530 effective to start this hand. Under the gun makes it 20, three people call, I call. Flop comes Jack 8 4 rainbow. I check. Under the gun bets 25. It folds to me. My hand's under rep since I have top pair, so I raise to $75, and he calls. Turns a 4. I bet $75. He thinks that's good for his range because I can't have a 4, so he makes it 165. That makes no sense, so I snap call the 165. River's a 6. So 7-5 gets there, but I have a 5 in my hand. I check. He bets 270 effective, putting me all in. I'm like, what the hell hand do you have that played this way? I should have the best hand. His line made no sense at all, so I called, and he flips over 7-5 offsuit for the straight. What? Alright, one more time. I save up $1,000 of hard-earned money, and I bring it to Hard Rock. No way, bro. Let me tell you this. I lose it. I lose the $1,000. But thank God I had a little bit extra. In the ATM, I had an extra $300, so actually I had $1,300. So I go to the ATM, withdraw my last $300. I get down to my last $140 before I run it up to $700 on the 1-2 table. I take $600 of it. Yes, I put $100 in my pocket for food and gas just in case. I take $600 to the 2-5 table. After a few hands in, I get Ace-King suited under the gun with $600 in front of me. I limp. Middle position makes it 30. Button makes it 125. I call. Middle position makes it 430. Button calls. I back jam for 625 since I'm already in there for a lot, and they both call. Alright, so flop comes, ace deuce 3, they both check, and I know I'm good. They don't have a set. Turn comes a king. I don't like it because they could have pocket kings, but they both check. River's a 5, they both check. I proudly show my hand and say, give me that $1,800. So I win in massive pot. Alright. A few days later, I go to Hard Rock again with $800. I'm in for $600 on the 1-2 table before I eventually climb out, securing a $160 win. I used the $60 to split a hotel with a friend and play the following day with $900. I lose $300 on the 1-2 and take $600 to 2-5. I get bluffed off of pots left and right and run into bigger hands as my stack reaches $225. I managed to run it up to 580 before this hand happens. I get Jack 9 offsuit in the small blind. Middle position makes it 20. Three people call. Flop comes queen 10-6, so I flop an open ender. Everyone checks. Turns an 8. Complete rainbow. I lead for 25. Lady in the big blind makes it 75. Guy in the button calls. I min-click it to 125. The big blind calls, and the button back raises to 375 because he thinks my min-click means nothing. I'm licking my chops at this point, hoping it's not a chop. I tank for some time before calling, trying to get the big blind to call, but she folds. The river is a 6, and I tell the guy in a button I made a boat and shove, hoping he folds the same hand. But he tanks and calls with 185 that I bet, with what I suspect to be 9-7 because he mucked after I showed him Jack 9. Yep, that's the end of those stories. And currently I'm up about 1,200 for the year, so hopefully it continues on that trend. And I'll report to you next time I report to you.